Undercover CEO orders steak. Black waitress slips him a note that leaves him speechless. He opened the napkin and froze. A note, folded tight, trembled in his hand. They only hired me to fill a quota. I'm not allowed to speak to certain customers. Please help. In a restaurant he owned. From a waitress, they ignored her. Marcus Ellington had come to taste steak, but he found something far more challenging to swallow. Because what happens when a CEO walks into his own business and discovers racism simmering just beneath the surface? This is the story of a quiet waitress, a silent cry for help, and a CEO who finally listened. Welcome, story lovers. Where are you watching from? Drop your city name in the comments so we can see how far our story travels. It was supposed to be just another routine visit. Marcus Ellington, the CEO of a multi-million-dollar restaurant group, often dined anonymously at his franchises, dressed in jeans and a faded jacket, no fanfare, no entourage. That night, he stepped into Stallion's Prime, one of his newest upscale steakhouses nestled in a wealthy, mostly white neighborhood. The dining room buzzed with polished guests and practiced smiles. To them, Marcus was just another quiet black man with a reservation. No one greeted him warmly. Hostesses glanced over him. A waiter dropped the menu on the table without a word. But Marcus didn't flinch. This was the whole point, to see what the customers couldn't. As he scanned the room, something caught his eye. A young black waitress, the only one. She moved as if she didn't belong, yet as if she had no choice. Something wasn't right, and before the night was over, he'd understand exactly why. Marcus sat through the dinner with a growing sense of unease. The waitress, Jada, quietly refilled water glasses and wiped down tables, always one step behind her white colleagues, who barked orders at her as if she were invisible. Her apron was stained, her hands trembled, but her eyes burned with something else, resentment, maybe fear. When she approached his table, her voice was barely above a whisper. "Your steak will be right out, sir," she said, eyes averted. Then, as she turned to leave, she slipped something beneath his napkin, a folded note. He paused, looked around. No one seemed to notice. Opening it slowly, he read, "They only hired me to fill a quota. I'm not allowed to speak to certain customers. Please help. I'm stuck." His breath caught. The words hit him like ice. All around him, laughter echoed and wine glasses clinked. But Jada's world was cracked and silent. A manager walked by, glaring at her. She stiffened and moved away quickly. Moments later, Marcus witnessed a white server spill wine on a customer's dress. Jada was forced to clean it up. The customer yelled. The manager yelled louder. No apologies, just orders barked at her as if she were the mistake. Marcus clenched his jaw. He was here to evaluate food and service, but now he saw what no report could show. The racism wasn't in the recipes. It was baked into the system. The question now wasn't whether to act, it was how. Marcus asked for the manager, calmly, firmly. When the man arrived, smirking, arms crossed, Marcus pulled out his business card. "I own this place," he said, watching the color drain from the man's face. Silence fell. Waitstaff paused mid-step. Guests turned. "I watched how you treated her," Marcus continued, nodding toward Jada, "and I've seen enough." The manager stammered, grasping for excuses, but Marcus wasn't listening anymore. He turned to Jada. "Can you come with me, please?" Her eyes widened, unsure if it was a trap or a miracle. "You're not in trouble," he added gently. "You're the reason I'm here." The room felt frozen. The system had tried to break her. But tonight, someone finally saw her and did something. Dear audience, if you're enjoying the story, don't forget to give it a like. It helps. Marcus launched a full internal investigation. The manager was removed. The staff underwent racial bias training. And Jada? She was offered a role at the corporate level, where her insights shaped future hiring and ethics policies. Her voice, once silenced, now guided a company. But the pain she carried lingered. Marcus knew her story was far from unique. He'd seen it. Subtle racism hidden beneath luxury. Power used to intimidate. Silence. Erase. What started as a secret dinner ended with real change, not just for one restaurant, but for an entire culture within his company. Racism isn't always loud. Sometimes it's hidden in plain sight until someone brave enough speaks and someone powerful enough listens. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to our channel for more powerful stories and new videos. Take care.